Hey there, so today we have another review. This is another beer from Jack's Abbey. This is Post Shift. So it's hopefully this one turns out pretty well. Couldn't really find any information. Oh, okay. Wow, that's weird. So the website has like all pretty much no information, but it actually has information on the can. So imported Bavarian malt from Zeitz, family hops. Da-da-da-da. Yeah, they don't really say anything about the beer. Naturally carbonated, 4.7%. Naturally carbonated? I think they're spunding. Yeah, I think that's spunding. If you know what spunding is, pretty much that's generally if you've been in a brewery, you'll see fermenters, and generally you see like a big tube, and it'll go into a bucket, and you'll see like burping because like they're letting off the CO2 from the fermentation. Spunding is basically you're closing off that, and you're letting that CO2 that's being produced in fermentation to get back into the solution. And carbonate your beer that way. Yeah. So process, and for most breweries, it's easier to use a carb stone to carbonate beer instead of spunding, but blah blah. So more traditional kind of process that Jack's Abbey is doing because inspired from German brewing techniques and all that good stuff. So beer is nice and pale. Definitely a little bit of chill haze to that, right? Yeah. So well, definitely just hazy. For a Pilsner at least, it has like a medium minus light haze, so let's go with that. And comes in a light gold color. It looks pretty nice. This looks pretty nice. Nice kind of sweetness to this one. Yeah, dump fresh. I mean, we're talking about a month. So, like, yeah, I was just in Total Wine like a week or two ago, and this just arrived. So, month fresh makes sense. I get a little bit of, like, lemon zest. Light floral action, like grainy malt character. Smells pretty nice. Cheers. Definitely a little bit of, like, noticeable fruitiness. I actually don't know what... Generally, it's noble hops. I'm curious what noble hops are using, but it has an extra little boost of fruitiness for me. Okay. Nice. So this one tastes definitely a little bit more familiar. I don't know what's up that house lager, but this one definitely pops with the bitterness about like half palate through. Up front, nice light grainy malt character, lean beer, very light beer, and then it sits with this kind of noticeable kind of like. So it's sort of back to back. Like one of the last beers I had was Summerfest. That beer hits with like a base tone bitterness. This one's a little higher, if that makes any sense. Like it's a brighter kind of bitterness that almost has this kind of. So the Sierra Nevada was a little bit more like base tone, like soily. This was more like herbal. Yeah, it's like a herbal, grassy bitterness. Yeah, there you go. And also a fresh kind of like more floral, almost like a lemony potpourri kind of thing going on, right? Lemon zest and potpourri kind of thing going on. Definitely noticeable more potpourri thing going on. Yeah. Floral, perfumey. Quite nice, yeah. Bitter too. Yeah, it's a noticeably bitter Pilsner, yeah. Actually, I want to say the Summerfest Sierra Nevada was a little bit more bitter, but this is just almost as bitter. Quite nice, yeah. For me, this is just a little bit lighter of a beer. I mean, the difference is like, splitting hairs, 4.7%, 5%. For me, this just has like a little prettier action, lighter floral, lighter kind of like prettier bitterness. But the beer ends up a little bit more hollow, a little bit more watery on the malt character for me. Maybe we go there. Yeah. I feel in the back palate, you're lasted with the bitterness, but I feel the malt character pulls out on the palate just a hair faster, at least for my preference. So it's still very, very tasty domestic Pilsner. Again, like, I think I might have been drinking better beer back then, but whatever it is, this is fantastic. And again, back then I was drinking this for $12 for 6-pack tall boys. And that's incredible. Now it's $12 6-pack. I don't know. And then, but ideally in Boston, you're paying way less, or Massachusetts. So, good stuff. I think probably like the Summerfest a hair more. So let's go with the 92 on this one. Jack's Abbey Post Shift Pilsner. I mean, just underrated lager brewery. They're just making great beer, accessible, find on the shelf. They make a ton of it. So Post Shift, good. Let me know what you think. Post in comments below what your favorite Jack Sabby's beers are later.